And there were times when I did not want to be strong, and when it was time to fall apart, I did. And my girls were there and they cried with me. But then when it was time to lift up and move forward, I knew that I had to, because there are other women that are looking to me to help get them through. So when you find your purpose, when you find that ultimate design, that's what makes you go to the next level and help you get through.
Guys, welcome to Keep On Pushing Stories, where, of course, we share with you real life stories of persistence, perseverance, determination. We actually do a deep dive into the minds of people who have overcome their particular situations to go off and achieve. And today, I'm so excited to welcome Loretta Green-Williams to the show. Loretta, welcome.
Hi. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here, Devon. Really.
It's great to have you. So we always start, Loretta, by asking our guests, what it is that they do. What do you do? How do you serve? How do you bring value to the lives of others?
Okay. I bring value. First of all, I want to celebrate that I'm getting ready to celebrate my 71st birthday.
Well, happy birthday.
Thank you. So I'm excited about that. My value comes from my years of experience and wisdom. I started 15 years ago on LinkedIn, as a matter of fact, a nonprofit organization. Well, it was a group at the time on LinkedIn, Women of Concerned Professionals and Strategic Conscious Networking, WCPSCN. I started it because there were all these groups, and I had a particular framing that I wanted to consider making shifts in communities. And from there, we took the organization live, and we've grown it now in the 15 years, 13 chapters in 11 countries. So that keeps me pretty busy.
Indeed, that's amazing. So share with us a little bit more about what the organization does.
The organization, we address gender equity and equality through replicatable initiatives that communities can just replicate. We have four pillars. Our four pillars, which are our principles of practice, is women's health, education, community development, and global sustainability. And we address that based on a community's needs. A lot of time in communities, individuals may want to make shifts or changes in their community, but may not have the structuralization to do so. As a member of our organization, we provide you with the structure, the education, and the knowledge and support that you can replicate and fulfill those community obligations. Example, one of our primary initiatives, which is our largest, is our Walking in Silence for the Silence Domestic Violence Solidarity Walk. That takes place the first Saturday in November. And we've been able to reach so many people in so many countries because the Walk of Silence is where the solidarity comes. The walk can be anywhere, your backyard to a park. But the idea that we're all doing it at the same time, and it's 10 o'clock your time zone. So think about it. Because of the time zone, somebody's walking for 24 hours.
Indeed. Gender equity, that is such an important issue. And, kudos to you for starting working with a group like this. So if someone wanted to connect with you and the group, Loretta, because there's a particular issue in terms of gender equity that they would like addressed, help with, how would they find you?
You can find me, of course, on LinkedIn. That is our DNA. I'm on there all the time. And when I say all the time, I mean all the time. You can reach out to our website, WCPSCN.com. And of course, you can reach me at my name, Loretta Green-Williams @gmail.com.
Indeed. All right. Thank you for that. All right. So, I'm looking forward to this segment here. I absolutely would love to hear your keep on pushing story, a time in your life when you had to overcome a significant hurdle or stretch out of your comfort zone, or, just do something to move your purpose forward. So please, Loretta, please share with us.
Oh, there are so many. You're constantly pushing forward. The first one I could think of, and I think subconsciously that has always been my movement to direction, is my birth mother passed away when I was 18 months old, and I was placed into a foundling home for a year and a half. Now, this is the interesting part. My biological father adopted me. Now, this is in the 1950s, where that was a stigma. But knowing my father's cultural construct, Jamaican, of course, he wanted to take care of his picnic. Therefore, he went through great strides to ensure that I was raised by him and the family. I think that pushed me to have a great understanding of why, when difficult times come, I'm able to overcome them. The second crisis, I think, that really moved me to a different direction is the loss of my youngest daughter, Deneen Sarah Latish Green, who died from domestic violence. She was just 23 and a half years old when her boyfriend shot and killed her. And that stayed with me, and the pain was so great, I needed to put it somewhere. So when I started the organization, the walk was the very next thing that we really took from a global perspective. And so the walk is so healing for me. And I tell everyone, I walk in solidarity, but I walk in honor of memory. So every year that I walk with the picture of my daughter in my hand. Painful as that is, it's important because I ask God, if you took this child from me, can I have more to love? And he's brought me a board of trustees that are a phenomenal board of trustees of WCPSCN. Most are under 45, so they would have been my baby's age, and those are all my babies. And they have children, and they see me as a grandmother and an auntie. So there's this global love that I've been giving and has been given to me. Other obstacles is now that I'm at age where I don't have anybody to ask about. How does it feel to be in your 70s? We're all in our 70s, my friends. So I can't ask them what to do because we're all asking each other. So now I'm going through another phase of life. But it's exciting, and I'm excited that I am so different from when I was young and saw a 70-year-old as opposed to what it is today. And that life is so engaging, and it gives me the opportunity to share and to give back.
Indeed. So let's go back to the beginning, because you have taken us through your entire life from birth over 7 decades. We could spend all day here, well, or maybe longer. But
Yeah.
growing up with your Jamaican father and in a Jamaican family, you spoke about how your mother passed away when you were 18 months, and your father adopted you, and how that. Explain a little bit more to us how that experience impacted you.
Well, I had to, and I'm writing my memoirs now because it's helping me to deconstruct the emotional and psychological trauma behind that. So if you think about it, in New York, because I was born in New York, Harlem Hospital, when my mother passed away and they put me in a foundling home, it was a Catholic foundling home. So we had these white nuns that probably didn't know what to do with Black hair, Black babies. So no telling what I went through there. But my father, once he found out, because, okay, I was born out of wedlock, but my father devised a way with his family to make sure they kept track of me. And when it was an opportunity to adopt me, he did. And what that told me is that love is so powerful. You can overcome any obstacle as long as it's in love. And here this gentleman had to go through a lot, including living with a lady that knew who I was. But he was willing to persevere and go through because he was determined to raise his child. And that just stays with me forever, that he was willing to do that. There were some difficult times, I granted, but the overall was my father's love for me was so great, he was willing to make those type of sacrifices, and he did.
How did that inform your role as a parent, as a mother?
There's nothing that we cannot go through together, no matter how hard or difficult it is. So even when I lost my youngest daughter, I said, well, God, I have two daughters. So my oldest daughter, Dana, is a filmmaker, as a matter of fact. Matter of fact, films are on, she wrote The Perfect Match, that was out in 2016. Make or Break Christmas, which is on Lifetime now. So yeah, look her name up, IMDb, look at her films, support the baby.
Indeed.
But even in that capacity, I knew that all that we go through, that love was going to get us through. I know that today.
Yeah.
The obstacles love will get us through. I just know that.
It's unfathomable for me to think about losing a child. And here it is that not only did you lose a child, but under very tragic circumstances.
Yeah.
Talk to us a little bit about I guess, a mindset to get through that grieving and and trauma to come out on the other end, as whole as you possibly can.
As a mother, you never stop grieving. There'll be a song that was her favorite song, and I'll break into tears. And this happened in 2001. I still break into tears. There are times where I'll see her favorite color, and that'll strike me. Those times I'll prepare a meal, and I'm going, well, I know my baby would have loved this. Her nickname was Nene. Nene would love this. So she's always with us. So you continue to grieve, but the process of grieving becomes different. I know a woman that lost her son, and she has never been the same, emotionally or psychologically. My faith was so strong that I had to hold on to my belief system. I had to hold on to God's unchanging hand to know that he would get me through this. So those times when I was on the edge, I'd ask God, please give me something to hold me close to you. And one of those closeness was WCPSCN, because what I knew, the experiences I had, I could share. And it helped to encourage other women go, well, if you can do it, I can do it. So I realized that I had to be an example. And there were times when I did not want to be strong, when it was time to fall apart, I did. And my girls were there and they cried with me. But then when it was time to lift up and move forward, I knew that I had to, because there are other women that are looking to me to help get them through. So when you find your purpose, when you find that ultimate design, that's what makes you go to the next level and help you get through.
So I hear you talking about, connecting with your purpose and with a higher power, God's unchanging hand, to your quote. Finding the will within you to move forward, but also relying on, I'm going to say, your tribe, your support system.
Yes.
You're saying to me that, when we're going through challenges, that the journey should not be taken by us alone, that we can rely on other people to help us get through.
Absolutely. You have to. You have to have that community, that tribe around you. And what I'm so excited about now with all the new technologies, and to me, they're new technologies. I remember when you had a phone. Remember when you had the party line, you had to wait for somebody to get off the phone before you could get on the phone. That's what I remember. Oh, I lived it. I remember that. So it's wonderful that now you can have this global tribe. So women, men all over the world I've embraced, and they're a family. Our board of trustees, we don't call them board of trustees. I call them fam. We call each other fam. So when one of us is in need, we just come and help. One of our board members, the young man, his brother died of cancer, and it was sudden. And the rallying of these 14 people from 11 different countries embracing him in his virtual love was phenomenal.
Yeah.
So he never felt alone. And that's the thing. We have to be careful how we isolate ourselves, even in technology. You have to open your heart up sometime, somewhere, to bring people in. You got to learn to trust.
Yeah, so it's a sad thing that so many of us are quote unquote connected through technology, but yet we're still so alone. Um,
Yeah.
so the organization, I know you started the conversation talking about that. Um, Share an experience, a story with us, if you could, about somebody, who or a group who was able to basically push to the next level because of the work that you have done.
Right now in Trinidad and Tobago, we started a group 2 years ago. Wonderful group. They're in the less economic realm of the country, and it's a challenge. And I'm gonna say her name because I just love her so much. Sherry Ann Gill. Have never met her, but again, virtually, we're connected. She established a chapter, and she has strong vision. And so the organization's responsibility is to help her with her vision. And we're working on that now. She's got very clear design how she wants to help the young people in the community. As a matter of fact, on August the 23rd, August 23rd of this year, we're having our global literacy festival. And what that is we're asking young people to read their favorite book. Why not? Just read. So the purpose for that is to galvanize the corporate and business community to donate books so we can send them to Trinidad, so we can send books to Haiti, so we can send books to communities that are in need to support them. And that's what we do. We just pull people together. See, this is how I feel. I got $1. You got $1. Guess what? That's $2. Now, I know two other people that got $2, and you know two people that got $2. Okay, that's four. That's $6. If we keep that going, we can do some damage.
Indeed, teamwork. Loretta, what 7 decades of living,
Yes.
overcoming challenges, dealing with setback and trauma. What would you say is, the biggest lesson that you've taken away from this journey with?
Your theme. As a matter of fact, I sent you the song, Keep On Pushing. Curtis Mayfield impression. You got to keep on pushing.
Yes.
That's what you got to do. You have to press forward. And yes, there will be those times and you feel like, I can't do this anymore. Fall back on your tribe. Fall back on your team. I got my girls. I got a set of girls. So I said, girl, I need you. Child, I'm on my way to the airport. Now they're going to fuss at me because, I ain't got no money. I got to use my credit card, but they're going to come.
Yeah.
That's what you need. You need that group that they're not going to call you out. They're going to call you up. Now, when they get there, they'll call you out, but they're going to get there.
Yeah, indeed. I love it. I love it. I love your energy. I love your enthusiasm, your passion for life. 7 decades of living, starting out with a challenging kind of situation, right? Losing your
Absolutely.
mom and finding yourself in a home and just having the love poured out to you and in you by your father. Kudos to all them Jamaican fathers, especially. I'm one of them.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
I'm biased, what can I say? But I know what that means. And how that has impacted you, dealing with the trauma, the loss of your daughter, and how you have used that now to create a forum and a support system for women all across the world is really
Yes.
keep on pushing philosophy is about. You definitely epitomize that, Loretta. Thank you so much
Thank you.
for your life and your work and for your contributions.
Absolutely. Thank you so very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Guys, if you enjoyed this, if you found it useful, then please share it with someone else. And of course, don't forget to hit the like button. Many more amazing, inspiring stories are coming your way. Until we connect next time, yes, keep on.
Keep on pushing.
Indeed. Thank you, Loretta.
Thank you, dearest. Be blessed.